to win-win for all of us. Play Washington Lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington Lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
Apologies for the slight technical delays. Stream back up. 2-1 pitch on its way from Moore as he pumps in a strike to Jonah Shields. And the Wenatchee center fielder getting a bit of clarification where that pitch was. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Blake Moore continuing to work in relief. Shields sends it out towards right field. Torres gets a great beat on it. Round number 1. So well put from Shields, and that'll bring up Raphael Dunn. And Dunn 0 for 2, a pop out and a ground out. And Wenatchee still holding on to the 4-0 lead that they built in the first. This ball just misses. And Raphael Dunn just finished up that freshman year at UC San Diego. Now he's going to send a hard liner up the middle and will skip into the glove of Sam Kane. And Dunn picks up his first knock of the day. And that being just the second hit off of Moore. And through 2 1/3. So Kainoa Santiago in a lefty-lefty matchup, and immediately going to fly one out towards left center field. The wind is kicking it, diving attempt from Sam Kane, backed up well out and left by Schofield. We're going to see the wave around for Dunn, and he will come across to score on the double. As that wind mentioned gusting 25 miles an hour, it looked like Sam Kane had a beat on it, and then the wind just kicked it all the way out. And way out of reach, did end up getting just a bit of glove on it, couldn't get any more. And that brings up Bazizo. So after the first out, a single and a double brings the 5th run across for Wenatchee. First pitch to Bazizo, grounded easily over to Hawson. Looks the runner back and makes the play easy over to first. So Landon White will try and turn in Moore. And Blake Moore giving up that first earned run. And mentioned when he first came in how curious how far he was going to go into this game, as again has never thrown more than 3 innings, and that was a bit of a surprise. Didn't throw more than 1 inning going into his last 3-inning outing. Now sitting at 2 2/3, hard line drive. Austin Owens there to cover. The throw across is handled by Whitman, and that will be out number 2. As I believe that was out number. Now Landon White stepping, that was picked up well, and fly ball out towards center field is going to be collected by Kane for out number 3, and that will close up the top of the 4th. Another run comes across for Wenatchee. It's 5-0 Sox.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Gaines Hawson will lead things off for Walla Walla here in the bottom of the fourth. Sweets trailing by 5 and trying to chip away at Bosa's first pitch is going to be fouled straight back and out of play. Again, Bosel has been working clean so far. Got through the first 3 innings on just 37 pitches. Gets a big swing and a miss out of Hawson. And allowed 3 hits, no walks, no runs, striking out 2. 2 of those hits were for doubles. Again, has just been able to split them up well and keep them really out of danger. As Hawson flew out to right his first time up now, a grounder over towards Brass. He takes care of it over towards the glove side. No, the throw is going to be off the mark. No! The field umpire in Perry Schofield saying that that is an out, but it looked like the first baseman in Landon White clearly came off the bag, and it looks like the umpires are going to immediately talk about it as seeing the quick argument out of manager Leo Rivera. And it looks like the call will quickly be overturned and say that White was off the bag, and that call quickly turned around, and was surprised to see it called an out in the first place, but that will be a leadoff man on. Believe it is going to likely be called an error on Cooper Brass, as the throw did take White off the base to put Hawson aboard. So that will likely be the second error for the AppleSox. Now first pitch swinging is Buckley, drops it into left field, and aggressive first swing from Ethan to put 2 aboard. And Buckley batted 2 for 3 last night with 3 ribbies and a hit by pitch. Now adds another onto the hit tally, batting 3 for 5 in this series with 3 ribbies. So that brings up Rickman. Again, Mateo, a good double out to left center field his first time up, and was aggressive versus Bosel. The righty kicks and fires, gets a strike at the knees to Rick. And Mateo Rickman missing the last 5 games due to a hand injury now. Back in the lineup, batted .254 prior. 4 extra base hits, 3 doubles and 1 homer. Has knocked in 9 runs, slashed it down the right field side, tracking towards the Sox bullpen, and a couple pitchers for the Apples having to get out of the way of that incoming missile. So the count goes 0-2 from Bosel to Rickman. The CSUN Matador very much just looking to put the ball in play and stay out of the double play, but trying to advance the runners, likely find something to the right field side. And now swing and a miss. Bosel sets him down, swinging third strikeout for the recent OSU commit. So it brings up Jalen Kennedy. Struck out versus Bosel his first time up. And Jalen Kennedy, 2026 NWAC Baseball Championship MVP. At 11 for 25, 8 ribbies during the tournament. And was a huge role for Lower Columbia College in their NWAC run this past spring. I believe he will continue to get his associates at Lower Columbia before moving on to a 4-year institution. So the Red Devils going to be getting back their MVP for a sophomore season. Now in a 1-1 count versus Bosel. Again, temperature still cooling. Feels like 63 with, again, the wind kicking up. Kennedy goes down, chases this pitch a little bit, does foul it away. Again, temperature always going to be a bit tricky here in the Pacific Northwest, especially during the summertime. Tomorrow, it's going to be another bit of a cooler day, and it's going to rain quite a bit in the morning. And then next weekend, it's going to set to get up into the mid to high 90s. Sounds just about right as count evens up at 2s. And Hawson off of second for the Sweets. Buckley off of first. Walla Walla, no runs on their 4 hits, and even with the 2 errors from Wenatchee, still haven't been able to turn anything in as Kennedy goes down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bosel, and seen this before where runner gets in scoring position and sets down back-to-back. It was in the second inning where he was able to do that. Got the first out, gave up a double to Rickman, and then sat down Kennedy and Schofield back-to-back. The first runner got on through an error, then a single from Buckley. Now looking to strike out the next 3. It's lifted out towards right center by Schofield. Settling behind it is Shields. He'll make the catch for the third out. More stranded for the Sweets. 6 runners stranded on base in the first 4 innings. And, of course, losing a lot in scoring position. It remains 5-0 Wenatchee heading on to the 5th inning here in Borleske.
Tasting fresh isn't hard with Blue Mountain Cider Company. As the official hard cider of the Walla Walla Sweets, our award-winning ciders have been crafted with love from local apples since 2003. Crisp, refreshing, and less filling than beer, Blue Mountain Cider is the perfect choice for any occasion. Check out our 8 flavors including peach, cherry, and harvest blend this summer. These ciders are sure to be a home run. Join us on Facebook and at drinkcider.com to learn more. Blue Mountain Cider Company, an apple a day, 1 glass at a time.
Experience elegance in the heart of downtown Walla Walla at the Marcus Whitman Hotel. Call for reservations at 509-525-2200 or visit us online at marcuswhitmanhotel.com.
Welcome to hospitality. Welcome to luxury. Welcome to Legends Casino Hotel. Visit legendscasino.com or call and book your stay today.
Joe Coupland, the DH for Wenatchee, swings and foul tips. The first pitch he sees from Blake Moore as Moore getting going for another inning. A reminder, this is the furthest outing he's ever had. Hasn't gone more than 3 innings so far in his collegiate career. Now trying to get through 4. Doesn't even look like anyone getting too warm in the bullpen. Blake Moore is going to get tasked with this one for as long as he can. As the count goes 1-2, held on to by Coop, watching it go low. Again, top of 5, Walla Walla trailing by 5. The defense needing to hold. And have allowed just 1 run since that 4th inning. It has been a good job from Blake Moore to minimize damages, as that's exactly what he was expected to do. Now put in play over towards Austin Owens, charging it, takes a hop and gets it across. Austin Owens continuing to look good over at shortstop, and talked about how solid he's been over at the shortstop position. Has been a great bit of consistency over at short. So bunt shown, pulled back by Brass, and again, Cooper Brass 1 for 2, the single up the middle, and then the ground down. As going to be hearing a lot of guys 1 for 2 as Coupland, Brass, Castanola, Overstreet, all same thing, an RBI single in the first inning, and then we're retired in their second at bat is in towards the hands. It'll be foul. Tip, count evens up. And Brass batting .299 this summer. So plate umpire Derek Dunbar allowing him to take his time. Batting .299 with 3 doubles and a homer. Knocked in 22 runs, tied for the team lead in RBIs. Right alongside Nico Paoletto and Canoa Santiago. All 3 of those guys have 22 runs knocked in. As Moore sets into the 2-1, fires. Did he get the corner? No, just missed it. Still trying to work the slider and the slurve to the outside corner to the righties. Kicks and fires a heater. High chopper over towards Hassan. Fields it well. Takes a second to settle the throw. The infield working for the Swedes, especially that left side. 2 up, 2 down. So Castanola steps in with 2 outs, no one on here in the top of the 5th. Another good pitch out of Blake Moore, and happy about that one. Perfectly located on the changeup. And it's just that splitter that he throws that just seems to fade so quick. And this is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the AppleSox third baseman. Again, 1 for 2 the single up the middle his first time up, then a fly out to center his last time up. Breaking ball drops in and will just miss again. 2-2 count. Moore looking for the put away and going to be grounded foul by Castanola, stays in it. And saw a lot of good games across the West Coast League last night. Of course, this game here in Borleske was a thriller. Corvallis took down Marion 6-3. Edmonton beat Port Angeles 10-2. Nanaimo 5-1 over Kamloops. Victoria, of course, had their 6-2 win over Bellingham as Moore just misses the corner again, borderline, as the count goes full. And Yakima Valley had a 4-3 win over Kelowna. A lot of closer games besides the Riverhawks and the Lefties. And, of course, only 6 games last night instead of the usual 8, as there were a couple rainouts across the West Coast League as Moore misses outside, and it's going to be a 2-out walk to Castanola. So that will bring up Overstreet. Again, still seeing absolutely no movement in the Walla Walla bullpen, as this game is Moore's for the foreseeable future. At a total 54 pitches in his longest outing of the season, now is currently sitting at 58. Furthest he's gone into a game, most pitches he's thrown in a game. And that wind continuing to just gust and gust, as the wind gusts have now kind of gotten up to surpassing 30 miles an hour. As pop-ups and flyouts, not going to be necessarily safe. And that wind is kicking a lot. It moved from Moore over towards first. Castanola back just fine. Again, we saw it back on Friday night when the wind really started. It was Kainoa Santiago who lifted a ball out towards left field. Again, Santiago, the lefty swinging outfielder out of Gonzaga, just pushed a ball to the opposite field side, and with the wind blowing from right to left, it just kind of carried over top the fence for a home run. Now a sharp ground ball. Austin Owens able to keep it on the infield. Spinning throw is going to be off the mark, and a great job from Rickman to keep it in front. Couldn't stay on the bag, and the infield putting in a ton of effort to try and get that third out. But a sharp enough ground ball up the middle will end up being a single. So after the back-to-back groundouts, a walk and a single puts 2 aboard for the Sox, looking to extend the 6-0 lead. And Jonah Shields comes in 0 for 2. Fouls away the first pitch he sees. And it has been such a dispersion early on for the AppleSox, as they have 8 hits through 4 2/3. And out of course, the 9 guys in the lineup, 7 of which have gotten hits. Shields being one of the only 2 has yet to get one a ground out and a fly out his last time up. Now swing and a miss makes the count 0-2. Shields just out in front of it. Moore doing a great job slowing it down, as sometimes that slurve can just seem to stall time a little bit. She kind of hangs on the outside corner, then drops in. 0-2 pitch on its way, misses down low on the splitty. Kennedy doing still a good job staying behind the plate, blocking it. In infield playing deep, trying to get this third out. Walla Walla know that they need their offense to come around, as the check swing will be deemed that Shields went around, and it will be a strikeout for Blake Moore, his second K of the day, as now Moore, for the first time in his collegiate career, makes it through 4 innings. And Walla Walla trying to cut into this lead that the AppleSox have made 6-0.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Walla Walla trailing 0-6 here in Borleske. Trying to make a late comeback surge happen as Cole Rogers will again lead things off for the Sweets. And Rogers 1 for 2, a single his first time up, then grounded out to the second baseman his last time up. Will take a ball towards the inside knee. Count goes 2-0. And Rogers has had a really strong series in his welcome back to Walla Walla. Again, second year Walla Walla. So we just finished up his spring season with the New Mexico State Aggies, as since said he's going to go on to play with the Dons at the University of San Francisco this next upcoming year. But currently in this series, batting 3 for 6 with 3 singles and 3 walks. So has gotten on base 6 out of the 9 times he stepped into the box, and now trying to do it again versus Bosel, and will do just that. Walks again, his 4th walk of the series. So just bees a leadoff man, gets on base, and that'll bring up Owens. First pitch to Owens misses up, and an early 1-0 count. Again, Owens has had an interesting kind of trip, as he's gotten on both times he stepped in, neither which have been hits nor walks, nor hit by pitches. Got on through his first time through a fielder's choice, and then last time was through an error. Ended up being stranded on third both times he stepped onto the base paths. Now up 2-0 in the count as pitch misses away. So count goes 3-0. It is Sunday Fun Day here in Borleske Stadium. Another Sunday Fun Day to close out Adam West weekend at the ballpark. Has been just a great weekend of promotions, ton of fun, some giveaways, and of course had the first drone show in Borleske Stadium history last night. It was a ton of fun to watch after the victory. Now the Sweets trying to close out the weekend, the homestand, and really just everything strong, as it's being the last 6-game homestand of the season for the Sweets, as Walla Walla getting both their long stints out early, as having two 6-game homestands and 1 6-game road trip, and all getting knocked out in June, as July will be kind of the typical 3-game rotation, 3 games away, 3 games home, back and forth until the season wraps up in early August. Of course, the Sweets will head on the road this upcoming week to face off against the Bend Elks. And that'll be another fun showing between the Sweets and the Elks. Then we'll return home next weekend for 4th of July weekend at Borleske, as Owens knocks one through the 5-6 pocket and puts 2 on with no outs. Walla Walla trying to get something started versus Bosel, this being a great way to do it, as it brings up Ricky at 4th of July weekend here at the ballpark versus the Ridgefield Raptors, the South Division first half champs, coming to town for 4th of July weekend. As there is a lefty getting warm for Wenatchee. First pitch to Torres will be a called strike. Believe that is Graydon Lucas currently getting ready for the AppleSox. As now Torres swings away at a pitch low and away. And that wind continuing to just gust the American flag just past center field, giving a very pure indication of how the wind is going, again, gusting up to nearly 30 miles an hour. Gusting towards the southwest, and have yet to see any righties kind of just lift anything to left field. As in these kind of conditions, very curious to see where the ball will end up landing if that is done. And again, both Ricky Torres and Sam Kane looking to be the guys to try and test that out. 2 on, no outs, 1-2 pitch to Torres, down in the dirt, and a good take. And Isaac Torres just finishing up his junior year at Colorado Mesa with the Mavericks, and joining a lot of CMU players here with the Sweets this season. Batted .222 across just 13 games played with Colorado Mesa. Did help witness the Mavericks make a NCAA Division II Super Regional. Chops the ball foul over top his head coach in Leo Rivera. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Ricky at Bakersfield, California, started his collegiate career at Bakersfield College after graduating out of Independence High School, and went from Bakersfield College to CMU. Now getting more college reps with the Swedes. Bosel fires, ground ball over towards Brass. He bobbles at the throw to second, is not going to be in time. And it was a good jump from Austin Owens off of first, and Brass, that slight bobble allowed Austin to get into second safely. So now curious to kind of see how that is scored, as it was bobbled. Again, don't know if it was bobbled enough to call it a straight-up error on Torres, or if it's just going to be deemed a fielder's choice that everyone was safe on. And it looks like that will be it. I believe Isaac Torres is going to call it safe through fielder's choice, and Austin Owens called safe through an error. So it is going to be the third error for the AppleSox as Kane lifts the ball out in towards center field. The wind is kicking it. Shields tracking over to his right, makes the catch. Runner will tag, and Torres will score. So Sam Kane knocks in the first run for Walla Walla. The sac fly puts the Sweets on the board. So doing a job to get at least one run from the bases loaded situation. And Rogers tagging and scoring. And Bosel gives up his first run of the start, still trying to get through 5, only allowing that one run as Gaines Hawson. 0-2 with a fly out and got on through error. Now we'll take ball 1 outside. Bosel fires. Gaines fouls it back. And Hawson had a great year at Cumberland. And the Tennessee native playing in Lebanon, Tennessee for his entire college career. Just finished up his academic senior year and swings and misses at the slider. And that just being his junior year end. And batted a stunning .349 this past spring with the Phoenix. Had 12 doubles, 10 homers, knocked in 37 runs total, slugging .571. As the count evens 2-2. But Hawson doing well in NAIA ball for past 2 years and has a career batting average at Cumberland of .356 as he did even better back in 2025 and took a big step in terms of his power this past spring. Now up and in towards the hands, a good take from Hawson. Count goes full. The wind still wrapping the trees past the fence end. And temperatures still cooling down here in Walla Walla, feeling like the low 60s. Bosel kicks, fires, line drive at the shortstop, and it bends around. I believe it knuckled away from Brass, and then Santiago can't field it clean out in left field. And what looked like should have been the second out in multiple opportunities instead will leave everyone safe and the bases loaded. And couldn't get too good of a look at it. It looked like that ball might have knuckled away from the shortstop in Brass as he seemed to have gotten crossed up. And got right past him out into left field and then saw the lead runner in Austin Owens confused on where to go. And Santiago could have made a clean throw over to third to still pick up an out. Instead, bobbled it, and everyone's safe. I believe that's just going to be put in the books as a single for Hawson. Would be tough to see anything else, as there was no catch made, as first pitch strike will be called to Buckley, and Buck in some clarification on how much of the zone it caught. So bases loaded and a ground ball through the right side. Another run comes across. Stop sign goes up for Torres at third, and everyone moves up a station. Buckley does a job. Has knocked in 4 of the Sweets' 5 runs in the last game and a half, and just continues to be a clutch machine, as it looks like manager Mitch Darlington for the AppleSox is going to stick with Bosel, believes that the right-hander can get out of the jam. And Mateo Rickman looking to make him pay. Mateo has knocked in 9 runs this summer. We'll take ball 1 just off the outside corner, as Whitman does have 1 home run on the season so far. It was last Saturday versus the Ridgefield Raptors in Ridgefield, Washington, as he smoked the ball. Knew he was a guy who seemed due. Now sends the ball out towards right field. The wind is going to play against him there, as Bazizo able to make the catch nice and easy. Sharp throw all the way over to third, and the wind getting a little bit extra behind that, as 2 sac flies will bring in 2 runs alongside the RBI for Buckley. 3 in the inning for Walla Walla, as that'll bring up Kennedy. Kennedy has struggled versus Bosel so far, just struck out twice swinging. Now has 2 runners aboard with 2 outs, and Walla Walla have cut the lead from 6 down to 3. But another knock could bring it about even more runs, and might just knock out Bosel, as again, it's the 8-9 hitters, and Kennedy and Schofield back-to-back. And it looks like time is going to be called by Jake Overstreet, and it looks like might have a glove problem, as goes towards his own dugout looking in, and it looks like he's going to get a different catcher's mitt. So maybe an equipment problem there for Overstreet. Will get himself a new glove. But play will resume in the at-bat between Bosel and Kennedy. 2-0 up, and the count is Kennedy. So 3-0 count. Kennedy looking to work his way aboard for just the 2nd time this summer. As Bosel, did he spot the corner? No, he did not. And it will be a 4-pitch walk to load the bases with 2 down. And we'll see if that brings out a pitching change for manager Mitch Darlington and the Sox. And it looks like it will not. They are tasking Bosel to finish it out. 2 outs, and Ronan Schofield stepping in. First pitch he sees, flares out into right center field, and it drops in. 1 run comes across, and another will score. It is a 2 RBI single for the Washington State commit, and Walla Walla trail by 1. 5 runs in the inning are now within striking distance of the Wenatchee AppleSox, and Ronan Schofield, what a time for his first hit at the collegiate level. Came into that at-bat 0 for 7, including the at-bats from this game. Was able to pick up his first hit, first ribbies for the Sweets, and at the college level, again, the incoming freshman to Washington State. Picks up 2 ribbies, and Walla Walla now just down by 1. And now Bosel immediately attacking the leadoff man in Rogers, as the Sweets have batted completely around the order. Rogers, this being his 2nd at-bat. His first time up in the inning, ended up walking and eventually coming around to score. Now can turn in. Tying run off of second, and Rogers is going to get rung up. And head coach Leo Rivera wanting the dugout to keep the energy up. Walla Walla put on 5 runs in the 5th inning. It is now a 1-run ball game between the Sox and the Sweets.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest, you are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
So Wenatchee's offense trying to respond here in the top of the 6th inning. Walla Walla were able to put up 5 to close out the 5th, make it a 1-run game, and now it's going to be Joey Genduso, the right-hander out of Arizona Christian University, who steps in to toe the rubber and continue this game, relieving Blake Moore. And again, Moore solid showing in relief as spun the longest outing of his career. 4 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks with 2 strikeouts, 65 pitches through 4 innings. Now Genduso will allow him to rest, as being the 4th appearance of the season for Joey. Has a 16.20 ERA across an inning and 2/3, and has just gotten the low sample size, not even pitched 2 innings on the summer so far. His debut back on May 31st ended up just walking in a couple runs, then was able to throw a 1/3 of an inning versus Marion. That was last Tuesday, June 16th, and now will be a 4-pitch walk to put the leadoff man and in Dunn aboard to bring up Santiago. And Santiago had the RBI double out towards left center his last time up, as Genduso will kick in a strike. And Santiago, the Gonzaga outfielder, trying to will his way forward, but Genduso, his last time out was versus Ridgefield last Sunday, through an inning and a 1/3 versus the Raptors. Allowed 2 hits, 1 run, and a strikeout. But again, still just hasn't thrown a lot, as, again, less than 2 innings and 3 combined appearances is not a lot to talk about. Again, looking forward to seeing how he competes versus a team like Wenatchee. And the AppleSox trying to extend their lead and have a little bit more control in this game, still trying to secure that playoff spot early with a first half title. Breaking ball from Genduso just misses the zone. Count will go 1-2 to Santiago. Again, Genduso, a native of Hillsboro, Oregon. Played in 2025 with Chemeketa before moving up to play with Arizona Christian. But Genduso is a solid two-way guy, and it was kind of a interesting question when Joey was signed to the roster, as knew the coaching staff wanted to use him primarily for his arm, as at a 3.1 ERA this past spring with Arizona Christian. But his bat can be dangerous as well with ACU. Batted nearly 250, 4 doubles, 3 triples, 7 homers. So was slugging nearly 500 while sporting a 3.18 ERA. So a very dangerous two-way player in the Cascade Collegiate Conference. The runner takes off. The throw from Kennedy is going to be offline. It skips away from Rogers as well. And that will move up the runner in Dunn all the way to third. As that being a big error given up by Walla Walla to put a runner just 90 feet away. And again, with the Sweets being able to bring this game from down to 6-0 to 6-5, need the defense to try and put up another shutout inning and then allow the offense to work, as from down 0-2 in the count, Santiago wills a walk. So back-to-back walks will put 2 aboard, and it looks like Kennedy is going to take a moment alongside the pitching coach and Corey Kier to go and talk to Genduso. Again, 2 walks and runners on the corners here in the top of the 6th, and the AppleSox, again, not going to be feeling comfortable with this lead whatsoever, especially after Walla Walla just put up 5. Still going to be hungry to add on more, but very much are being given the opportunity to back-to-back free passes, and again, the error in between to move up the runner. It was deemed Dunn stealing second safely and then moved up on the error. And the wind still gusting up to 30 miles an hour here in Walla Walla. First pitch misses down in the dirt from Genduso. Still just struggling to locate. Look around the scores of the West Coast League, as was a decent set of games scheduled for today. A lot of them did end up happening in the afternoon, as this ball is going to be found wide by Bazizo. Port Angeles and Edmonton had to postpone their final game of the series due to weather conditions. Kamloops were able to take down Nanaimo 8-4. Springfield and Ridgefield having a makeup doubleheader, as game 1 is concluded. Now ball sent hard out into center field. Sam Kane reeling back, the wind kicking it, still makes a great catch out in center. The runner in Dunn tags up on the sac fly, and Bazizo delivers the 7th run with a deep sac fly, but a great catch out in center field from Kane. Long run, the wind kicking it kind of over top his head, still secured it. That just being the first out in the inning. Now immediately up in the count goes Landon White. And White 1 for 2 with a walk. And Genduso still trying to limit the damage. He gets a good swing and a miss on that pitch. And mentioned we saw the Raptors and Drifters have a doubleheader, and that doubleheader is already concluded. It started at 1 p.m. They've already gotten 2 games, and Ridgefield won both 3-0 and 3-1. So very quick games between Springfield and Ridgefield as off-speed breaks down below the knees to make the count 2-1. And again, those are all the games that have concluded so far. There is still 3 going, including this one, the other 2 being Corvallis and Marion. The Knights leading the Berries 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th. The Berries at home in Salem trying to turn that game around. And then Kelowna leading Yakima Valley 4-0, shutting out the Pippins through the first 4. Pick off over to first, and nothing going for Santiago. As Genduso sets and fires, ripped down to left center. The wind pushing that ball back towards the fence. It smacks off the left field fence, tossed in quickly by Schofield, and it will end up being a double for Landon White, his second knock of the evening. And it was a hard line drive from White, but the wind really just floating it all the way into the fence out there in left field. And that'll bring up Joe Kuplin. Kuplin had the RBI single his first time up. Has not gotten on base since then. A fly out and a ground out. As this pitch is going to get away from Kennedy, the runner will take home, and the throw is going to be sent way over the head of Genduso. And that makes it 8-5, and the defensive woes for Walla Walla continue to find their way through as Santiago scores on the play. White moves up to third. So Genduso, they're going to settle it right back down the infield, playing shallow, trying to cut off the 9th run at home for the AppleSox. The breaking ball drops in. Looks like it will just be deemed a pass ball on Kennedy to bring about that 8th run, as that's how Santiago scores. Joey kicks and fires. Fastball ripped to deep left field, and that ball is gone. Joe Kuplin sends one over the left field fence, and the Long Beach State Dirtbag goes yard for the second time this series to make it 10-5 Wenatchee. And with the wind behind him gusting up to 30 miles an hour, that ball hit hard out to left field, and the wind just giving it some extra distance as the 2-run shot for Kuplin. He adds another onto his season, as that was home run number 4 for Kuplin, as Genduso looking to steady the ship here in the top of the 6th, as the response has been quick from Wenatchee. Walla Walla put up 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th. AppleSox have responded with 4 of their own in the top half of the next 6th inning. Still just 1 down here in the top of 6. Floater out towards center field. Looks like that'll drop in nicely. It does, and double, a homer, and a single all in a row for Wenatchee to keep the inning going. And there is a new arm getting ready for Walla Walla, and it looks like that is Tyler Smith. Excuse me, no, that is Trace Green getting ready for the Sweets, as it'll be a first pitch strike to Castanola. Genduso just checking on Brass over at first. And the AppleSox fired up in this spot as, again, with every run, move themselves closer to securing an automatic playoff spot for this 2026 summer, and now just have to defend a 5-run lead throughout the 6th inning. Fly ball into right center field. That could be trouble. Torres showing some good range out there in right field. And used to seeing Cole Rogers out there and right for the first couple games. That will be out number 2. So Overstreet steps in with 1 on 2 outs. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. Center fielder and Shields waiting on deck. First pitch will run in and will put Overstreet aboard for the 3rd time this evening. So the top of the 6th continues, and it looks like that will bring in Trace Green, as Genduso will be swapped out after 2/3 of an inning. Jonah Shields will step in the box to face the Bushnell commit. And Trace Green will let Trace get warmed up and be back in just a moment.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com, who benefits, to learn more.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Ten to 5, Wenatchee lead here in Walla Walla. Trace Green, the former Walla Walla Community College Warrior, steps in to toe the rubber in place of Joey Genduso, making his 5th appearance of the summer. Of course, Trace just finished up his sophomore year at Walla Walla CC, has since committed to play at Bushnell University with the Beacons, and has a 1-1 record across 9 1/3, 9.64 ERA, 11 strikeouts. The last time we saw Green was back on June 17th, been about a week and a half as he threw 3 innings, allowed 5 runs versus the Berries. Have not seen him since, and missing inside count evens up at 1-1 again. Wenatchee 4 runs across in the inning already, and still have 2 runners on with 2 outs. Green just looking for that final out to set down this inning and get Walla Walla back onto the sticks. Green gets 2 strikes, sporting that regular 4-pitch arsenal: fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. But looking in versus Shields, who currently 0 for 3 with a strikeout his last time up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Shields being the only batter who again has yet to make a plate appearance in this inning. Now is going to be another. Again, batting through the lineup is the AppleSox, getting everyone an at-bat during this top of the 6th. And the AppleSox are looking for revenge after, again, Walla Walla clinched this series last night, handing the AppleSox their first series loss of the summer, as Wenatchee won 8 series in a row. Walla Walla ruined it as Green will set down Shields swinging, and Trace Green makes an entrance, setting down one batter and closing out the 6th, but it's Wenatchee who add on 4 more, 10-5, the Sox lead.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbotsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Suites catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
So the lefty from Northwest Nazarene and Graydon Lucas steps in, and of course Graydon Lucas making another appearance on the season, and stepping in is Austin Owens to lead things off. Again, Lucas just finished up his redshirt freshman year at NNU. Of course, right arm stopping at the elbow. You can see holds the glove with the right arm, then switches the glove off his left hand, so has a right-handed glove while throwing left. Missing inside. It's again just holds the glove with his right arm and then throws with his left, and as soon as he needs the ball back, switches hand right back into the glove. Spots the corner well, evens up the count, 2-2. Again, a great bit of talent. Baseball not an easy game to play at all, and not an easy game to play at this level, and much less with just the one arm. But you can see does not slow down. Lucas gets a looking K versus Owens. Austin not happy about it one bit as he will head back to the dugout. That'll bring up Ricky. And Torres 0 for 4 has scored once. It was his last time up, got on through a fielder's choice. Now takes a ball, just missing. And Graydon Lucas, a native of Nampa, Idaho, being his 6th appearance of the summer, as Ricky sends it into right field. It will drop in. First hit of the evening for Torres. Again, Lucas, 6.55 ERA across his 5 previous appearances. Has made 1 start and done well in his time. 2-0 record across 11 innings, 15 Ks in that time. Last time out, struggled a little bit more versus Nanaimo through an inning and a third, allowing 3 runs. Did strike out 4 through an inning and a third, so all outs registered were through Ks, as this ball is going to slip by Overstreet, and Torres will move up to second on the pass ball. And Walla Walla trailing by 5. It is a tough margin to overcome, but Walla Walla were able to will themselves back and find a good chunk of momentum. At last half inning now, a towering pop-up into foul territory, and it's going to be covered by Castanola for out number 2. So it turns to Gaines Hawson. And Walla Walla scored 5 runs back in the 5th, showing that they can put up 5 runs in a half inning versus the AppleSox, but doesn't mean it's going to come about easy, as Lucas continuing to work, fires at the knees for a strike versus Hawson. Again, Gaines 1 for 3, singled and scored his last time up. Just had a good line drive into left field. Oh, 1 pitch misses up and away. Now missing below the knees. Good take from Hawson. And Lucas made 16 total appearances this past spring with the Nighthawks. Hawson fouls away, count evens up. 16 total appearances, as 6 of those were starts. Had a 5.85 ERA across just over 32 innings, striking out 28 batters in 32 innings. And kept walks to a minimum. Got a good chunk of time as a redshirt freshman. Stands at 5'11", 180 pounds. Kicks and fires. Hawson sends it towards the right field side, crashing in as Bazizo drops in front of him, and Torres will score on the single, and it's back-to-back knocks from Hawson, and the wind kicking in, and it looks like that just died out in front of Bazizo. So Walla Walla pick up their 6th run and are back within 4 for Buck. And Buckley 2 for 3 with an RBI on the evening already. Looking to continue his hot streak, and And had the pleasure of talking to Buckley post-game last night after the 3-2 victory for the Sweets. And, of course, Ethan knocked in all 3 runs for Walla Walla, and was just a fun interview all around as, of course, Ethan had some ice cream that he didn't want to quite let go of and kept on eating it throughout that interview. Again, a guy with a ton of personality, has moved around a lot as catch is going to be made off the press box. As Buckley spent time at Lynn Benton Community College in Albany, Oregon, time at Oregon State, and now Central Washington. And a former AppleSox now rips it towards left field. The wind kicking behind it, and will force a couple extra steps back for Santiago, but secures it well enough. And that sends us on to the 7th inning here in Borleske. Walla Walla pick up 1, still trail 6-10.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington's lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com, who benefits to learn more.
Top of the 7th inning here at historic Borleske Stadium. Walla Walla trailing by 4 to the AppleSox Wenatchee. 3 innings away from securing themselves a first half title in the WCL North, and therefore a playoff spot. No matter what happens in the second half, just need to hold on to this lead and maybe trying to add upon it, as Dunn rips a single out towards center field for the leadoff knock. Has done 2 for 4 with a walk now on the night. So that brings up Santiago, who's walked twice and had an RBI double. And the temperature still continuing to cool as Dunn takes off. The throw from Kennedy is going to be offline, and it looks like Austin Owens got caught up in the crossfire, and he is down, and it looks like it was lost out in center field by Sam Kane, and the runner will score as immediately head coach Leo Rivera and the Sweets trainer Sophia Ray will go and check out on Austin Owens as somehow a run scores on a steal attempt from second. As multiple errors, Owens got caught up running into Dunn. And Owens immediately getting checked out. Looks like being delicate with that left arm, as again, maybe trying to apply the tag. Ended up just with the momentum running in, seeming to take his time as he will continue to get checked out. It looks like we're going to have a substitution hop in for him. That's good to see Owens back on his feet, clearly grimacing, being delicate with that left arm. As again, it looks like that is Jonah Chang, the Whitman Blue, who's going to step in, and it looks like Chang is going to come in over at third, and Gaines Hawson is going to move over to short. So after the injury, the infield having to reconvene, and again, somehow that run has scored after, I believe it's going to be deemed a throwing error on the catcher and Jalen Kennedy, and then I believe an error is going to also be tallied onto Sam Kane, the center fielder, who couldn't pick up the ball clean and just allowed Dunn to wave all the way around third and score. So now it's 11-6 for the AppleSox. And curious to see how that is officially scored, but after Dunn picks up a single, he scores with, again, the rest of the offense not having to move, as Santiago still just in a 1-0 count. Trace Green fires and finds the outside corner. One ball, one strike. Green fires again, misses in towards the back ankle. And Austin Owens has been such a critical piece of this team. As again, we've seen his offense look good for a long time, and of course his defense made some credible plays over at shortstop. And again, mentioned earlier on, he has played in the most games of any suite so far this summer. Been a key piece of the infield. We'll usually see him get an occasional rest day, probably about once a week, but he'll play really the most out of anyone, and that is because his defense hard to replicate over at shortstop. Ground ball to the second base side. Rogers backhand the throw across to first, dug out well by Rickman for the first out. So that brings up Colin Bazzizo. And with one out, no one on. Green fires. Bazzizo flares it out into left field. It looks like that will drop. Sliding catch. Was it made in time? Yes, it was. Ronan Schofield, the incoming freshman, showing off the glove. Making sure the fans in Eastern Washington know what they're getting when he joins the Wazoo roster this upcoming spring. So that brings up the cleanup man, and Landon White with two down. And White 2 for 3, a single, a double, and a walk. Trace Green misses up high. And White stands at 6 foot even, 215 pounds. Just finished up his sophomore year with the Zags. Now he's going to slice the ball in towards left field. That will drop down the line, and Schofield will get it in quick. White holds at first for a two-out single. So 3 hits on the evening for White as continues his hot hand and keeps the inning alive as well. And Green struggling in a couple appearances when it came to giving up walks and giving up some heavier contact. has limited that pretty well so far. Again, back in this past spring as a sophomore at Walla Walla Community College, tossed nearly 48 innings with a 5.29 ERA, 45 strikeouts. Was, of course, a starter at Walla Walla CC, 9 starts across 10 total appearances. So does have the stamina to go deep into games, and that's good to have in a relief spot as Kuplin steps in, had a 2-run shot his last time up, and now tied up a little bit on that breaking ball, still fouled it away. Oh, 2 pitch on the way, and another breaking ball just missing from Green. And Sweets trailing by 5 here in the top of 7, Trace Green. Trying to just get out of this half inning, pop up, and Gaines Hawson is now reeling back. He'll make the catch that makes the put out over at short for out number 3. That sends us to the 7th inning stretch. It's the AppleSox leading 11-6 here in Borleske. Did you?
Fans, it is now time for the 7th inning stretch. Time to stand up and join Sweet Lou as we start to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Fans are reminded that this is the last offer service at the Beer Garden, the right field cider house, and the home plate hangout. This is the last offer alcohol this evening.
Bottom of the 7th, Wenatchee lead 11-6 over the Swedes. It's going to be 7-8-9 in the lineup for Walla Walla. Mateo Rickman leading things off. He's 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. As Grain and Lucas continues to work, pumps in another early strike. And the southpaw has attacked the zone early. Kick and deals, a change of the outside corner. Rickman falling 0-2 in the count. And lights shining down brighter here in Borleske as the overcast skies continue to darken. To close out this series, slider missing inside, a good take from Mateo. One ball, 2 strikes. As Lucas sets, fires, misses outside, and Rickman staying patient. Lucas dotting around the zone, trying to generate a little bit of a chase as we take a look at kind of the final first half standings as Rickman down the right field line. Does it say fair? No, just turns foul. The Ridgefield Raptors will end the first half, of course, as the South Division champions. 20-7 will be their final record in the first half. And that 20-7 record #1 in all of the West Coast League. Walla Walla, again, sitting at 15-11 right now. We'll see how that ends. Corvallis sitting at 12-12. They're third in the South Division. And now broken bat from Rickman skips over to Cooper Brass and completes the play over to first. Yakima Valley, Marion tied 12-14 each. Still waiting on, of course, the results of their games. I believe, actually, Corvallis and Marion's game did finish, and Marion took it 9-5. So that is what got that final record. So Corvallis will end the first half 12-12. Believe they still have a couple makeup games, and Marion finished 12-14. Yakima Valley still in their game versus Kelowna. Portland 9-12, Bend 9-13, and Springfield rounding things out at 6-18. And the Raptors' best record in all of the league to close out the first half, and again, we'll be coming here to Borleske next weekend for the first home series of the second half. And of course, out in the north, Bellingham 19-8. Wenatchee looking to even them up 19-8. They're able to hold on to this victory for the next 3 innings. And if they do so, of course, they will claim the first half North Divisional title. Kelowna 13-10, still closing up their game versus Yakima Valley. Nanaimo finished 15-12 in sole possession of fourth. Victoria 12-12. Edmonton and Kamloops rounding things out as Lucas will be able to freeze Kennedy, and it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter in for Schofield, as that is going to be Bo Stinson who steps in. So likely Bo Stinson will just be a straight swap for Schofield out in left. Making another showing, but again, finishing things out, Victoria 12-12 in the north, Edmonton 11-12, Kamloops 10-14, followed by Port Angeles, who finished 5-21 up in the north. Still a couple games getting left to go. The only one besides this one is Kelowna and Yakima Valley. The Falcons leading the Pippins 11-0 out in the Orchard. So likely that Kelowna will be able to end their first half off with a win, as and Stinson, being the 11th game he's been a part of, swing and a miss the first pitch he sees from Lucas. Stinson batting 182, 2 doubles on the year, and not gotten a ton of looks thus far. Now we'll take a called strike, immediately trails 0-2. It's great, and Lucas got the ground out, then picked up his second K. Now 0-2, Stinson fights it off, stays in it. Again, the pitching staff has kept it, of course, relatively clean, especially towards the pin, as and Carson Bosol allowed 5 runs in 5 innings. And Graydon Lucas has only allowed the 1 run so far. One-two delivery on its way, gets a swing and a miss, and back-to-back Ks from Lucas will close out the 7th inning. He's got 3 in 2 innings, sends us on to the 8th, 11-6 Sox.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington Lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington Lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
Walla Walla trailed by 5 here in the top of the 8th as the AppleSox trying to add on as much insurance as they can and close out the first half with a win and a playoff spot behind them. And the Sweets still fighting to stay in this game, play spoiler versus the Sox. As it'll be Cooper Brass leading things off, 2 for 4 with a ribby so far on the night. And Trace Green continues to work after spending 21 pitches through his inning and a third in relief, has 1 strikeout. 1-0 pitch swung on, put into right field, and it will be the 3rd hit of the evening for Brass. And has a trio of singles alongside his groundouts and gets a leadoff man on for Wenatchee. So that brings up Castanola, and he had the RBI single his first time up, then fly out, a walk, and another fly out, swings away and fouls the first pitch he sees from Green. Again, still getting cooler here in Walla Walla. Feels like temperature about to drop under 60. As the wind has slowed up a little bit, still gusting up to 30, but the sitting speed around 15 miles an hour. Trace Green kicks, deals, and the breaking ball drops in nicely versus Castanola. Green kicks and deals again, misses the outside corner. And these two teams did not face off last year. Last time they had a previous series was back in 2024 in Wenatchee. That being, of course, in Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. The Sweets won the series 2-1. And what has been interesting about these two teams, as you know, they played in 2024, played in 2022, and the result of each of those series was 2-1. Walla Walla took the first 2 games in the series and then dropped the 3rd game. Sharp grounder at Gaines Hawson over at shortstop and makes the play over towards first. And Hawson settling in after moving over to short in place of Austin Owens. As Overstreet steps into the box with 1 out and another runner in scoring position. But again, would continue the pattern if Wenatchee did close up this win. Would be 3 series across the last 6 years that have ended 2-1 Walla Walla, with the Sweets taking the first 2 games, the AppleSox taking the 3rd. The last time the Sox played here in Borleske back in 2022 was a 4-3 win in Game 1, and very reminiscent of the Game 1 we had back on Friday night, 4-3 victory. And then the next 2 games were a little more higher scoring, 11-7, 10-5. Again, Wenatchee took that 3rd game. And this being the 14th series played between the AppleSox and the Sweets here in Borleske Stadium. And out of those 14 series, including this one, Walla Walla have won 11 of the 14 series. So I've done very well at home versus the Sox. Looks like time called behind the play from Kennedy. Looks like just want a new baseball and an appeal down to the field umpire, Perry Schofield, saying no swing. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Green fires, hard line drive out towards right center field, and that one is going to drop into the gap, cut off well by Torres. Runner going to be waved across in brass, and he will come in to score, and it's an RBI double for Jake Overstreet, his 3rd hit of the day and 2nd RBI.
Center fielder number 4, Jonah Shields.
So the lead extends up 12-6 for Wenatchee here in the top of the 8th. And Green gets a big swing and a miss on the curveball as Jonah Shields chased that one down towards the dirt. And Shields 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Now lets this ball just go into the elbows. And have only seen 3 extra base hits from Wenatchee of their total 15. And 12 runs on 15 hits with 3 errors. Not a ton of them having extra bases. Pop up shallow onto the infield. It's going to be Hawson racing in behind the mound. Will make the grab. So 2 outs, a runner off of second in Jake Overstreet as the lineup card turns back over to Raphael Dunn. And Dunn 2 for 4. Popped out and grounded out his first 2 times up, then his last 3 times up has 2 singles and a walk. And Dunn has actually been kind of the back end of 2 errors for the Swedes. Mentioned Walla Walla have 3 total, as we've seen Dunn make it to first base, immediately steal second, and in the throw, both throws have been way off line and out into center field that he's been able to move up to third. So being a part of 2 of the 3 errors and really being the guy to rush Walla Walla defensively, now up 2-0 in a count. Green fires a fastball lined out hard into left field. Bo Stinson reeling back, and it is over his head, down all the way to the fence. And Dunn will trade places with Overstreet and picks an RBI double. The lead extends 13-6 for the Sox. 3rd hit of the evening for Dunn, and a well-struck ball, but again, that is just that wind gusting up to 30 miles an hour. Was hit hard by Overstreet. Thought that Stinson might have had a read on it. Took too much of an aggressive read in. Ended up going over his head. Now Trace Green still hunting that 3rd down ground ball over towards Rogers, nice and easy on the ground, and that will be out number 3, but a couple more runs coming across for Wenatchee. They add on 2 more. It's 13-6 heading into the bottom of 8.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbottsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the suites catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Bottom of the 8th inning here in Walla Walla. Sweets trail 6-13 versus the Wenatchee AppleSox, as just trying to get anything back they can. Graydon Lucas, the lefty for Wenatchee, continues to deal through 2 innings so far and just 32 pitches. Struck out 3, has given up 1 earned run, trying to go 3 innings for just the 2nd time this season. And Lucas' 6th appearance has 6.55 ERA, gets a swing and a miss out of Rogers. Again, Cole Rogers is marking plate appearance number 4, has gotten on in 2 of the first 3, a single and a walk. He has gotten on base really well in this series. As again mentioned, his 2 hits last night to go 2 for 3, and then his 3 walks back on Friday night. So 2 for 4 with 3 walks coming into the ninth, then got another hit, 3 for 6 with 4 walks. So has gotten on base 70% of the time he stepped into the box of this series. And what a return he's marking back to Sweets Club. Again, it was an interesting story to see Rogers back, as he finished up his spring at New Mexico State with the Aggies, and then was on a Northwoods League roster. If you're not aware, Northwoods League, another collegiate wood bat league over in the Midwest United States. And Rogers was on a roster for a Northwoods team, didn't end up competing, and ended up coming back here to Eastern Washington and Walla Walla, as he will fly out to center. And that'll be the first down, but good to have him back, and good to see that consistency didn't go anywhere. As Jonah Chang, the Whitman College Blue, will get his first at-bat of the evening. Reminder, came in for Austin Owens. Owens had to exit with some pain in his left arm. Again, got banged up on a close play. Ended up running into as a shortstop, ran into a batter who was trying to steal second, and hoping that he is okay. Again, has just been a key piece of this team so far, as Jonah Chang swinging a miss and then swinging a foul tip straight back into the glove will make the count 0-2. Again, Chang, British Columbia native from Victoria. Trying to battle here. Will allow this pitch to track down low. Chang has only played in 6 games so far, and only gotten 10 at-bats, is 0 for 10, wanting that first hit. And 7-run gap now will let the breaking ball cruise in, just misses, and Graydon Lucas trying to eye down that fourth strikeout. Again, has 3. Got a strikeout in his first inning work, then back-to-back to close up the second and go 1-2-3. Now gets a swing and a miss, drop third, and Overstreet took a little bit too much time, and it's going to be deemed a dead ball, and looks like an out is going to be deemed by the home plate umpire, and Drake Dunbar out by home, and it looks like some confusion out of manager Leo Rivera, as he will immediately come down the third base line to talk to Dunbar. Clarify this play, and it looks like assistant coach Brendan Cabrera for the Sweets talking on the first base side of the field umpire, and Perry Schofield. As Coach Rivera getting some clarification. I believe maybe Derek Dunbar saying that the way Jonah Chang left the bat might have played into account of how Overstreet had to approach that throw. But it looks like after a quick talk between the Sweets head coach and the home plate umpire, that's all it will be. As the second out is a strikeout. And that'll bring up Isaac Torres. So 4 Ks for Lucas and a swing and a miss out of Torres. As Isaac is only one of 2 batters so far to get a hit off of Graydon Lucas. Had a single back in the 6th that he eventually came around to score. That was the Sweets' last run. Takes a ball down, low count. Even steadily at 1-1. Torres 1 for 4 with that single. Has scored twice, representing a third of the Sweets run all by himself, as he got on through a fielder's choice and scored, and then got on through that last single and was knocked in by Hawson. Sends one out towards center field. Tracking back is Shields. He's got it. And that will send us into the 9th. Here in Walla Walla, the Sweets still trailing by 7, 6-13. Sox are up.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
The lefty bat of Colin Bazzizo leading things off in the top of the 9th versus Trace Green. As Green making another inning of work again, has tossed 3 2/3 as his longest appearance of the season. That was all the way back on May 31st. Not gonna quite get up to that amount, but can get to 3 1/3 if he's able to get these last 3 outs for the Sweets. As Bazzizo's 0 for 3 has knocked in 2 runs. Foul tip, and it looks like that caught a bit of Kennedy as Straight down by the home plate umpire. Going to give JK a little bit of time to shake that one out. The count 2-1. Again, Bazzizo just finished up his sophomore year at UC Santa Barbara with the Gauchos. Stands at 6'1", 200 pounds, and has had a good summer so far, batting .273, slugging .455. Pops the ball fouling out of play down the third base side. And has only played in 6 games so far, a later addition for the AppleSox, and 22 at-bats, has 6 hits, has knocked in 6 runs, and 3 of those total hits being for extra bases. As the count goes full between him and Green. And Trace just looking to find strikes. Try and close out the top of the 9th for Walla Walla and give chance to a late surge. Will miss low, and he will walk Bazzizo. And it looks like there will be one arm starting to get ready just in case things get away from Green. As Landon White steps in, Green misses upstairs. Again, White has had a good bit of success so far in this game. Has, of course, 3 hits, 2 singles, a double, and a walk. And that latest single was down the left field line versus Green. 1-0 pitch misses away. A good back pick attempt from JK, but Bazzizo able to steady himself back over to first. As I do believe that is Owen Godinez getting ready down in the bullpen as a pop-up into foul territory. Racing after it is Chang. He's got it in. Jonah Chang settling that well in foul territory for the put-out. So that will retire White and bring up Coupland. And Coupland has had himself a day, 2 for 5, knocked in 3 runs with the 2-run homer back in the 6th inning. So he's just looking for that inning-ending double play to take us into the bottom of the 9th, and a shallow pop-up in right field, and it looks like the wind killing that one even more so. Rogers will make the catch, and sliding back into first is Bazzizo. So after the leadoff walk, 2 down here in the top of the 9th. 2 pop-ups, 1 to third in foul territory, 1 to second. And Cooper Brass get another look as Brass 3 for 5, trying to make it 4 for 6. He will, just places it into the right field side as Torres gets it in quick. The runner in, Bazzizo moves up to third on the single, and it sounded like maybe a broken bat as Cooper Brass picks up his 4th knock of the evening. He's 4 for 6 with 4 singles. So Castanola will step in to try and keep the inning going. And Trace Green can still just tasked with picking up the final outs. Ground ball over to Chang. Fields off the back foot, fires to second, and gets the out in. Takes the runner out over at second, does a job, and Jonah Chang being a part of the infield, making 2 plays to close out the top of the 9th. That sends us into the bottom half. Walla Walla looking for a late surge.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest, you are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
So Jacob Gabler will be the new arm to step in for Wenatchee to try and close this thing out. The 6'6", 240-pound right-hander at the University of Texas Arlington steps in to close it out. His sixth appearance has got a 1.23 ERA across 7 innings, as already has 2 saves on the season, .68 WHIP. And Nate Betts will be the leadoff man. An early pop-up onto the right side of the infield is just going to be caught by the catcher in Overstreet and held on to his mask even through the catch. And that's 1 pitch, 1 out. And that was Pett stepping in for Sam Kane as Gaines Hawson will step in. First pitch swinging, Hawson sends it out towards right field. Bazzizo crashing in will make the catch, and 2 pitches, 2 outs. Gabler trying to close this thing down quickly, and Ethan Buckley will be the guy to try and keep this game alive. Wenatchee 1 out away from taking the first half North Division title. And it looks like Buckley having a word with the home plate umpire, Derek Dunbar, as he would again. Buckley just finished up his junior year at Central Washington University. The Cape Town, South Africa native will just let the fastball go on by, and not wanting to allow Gabler the 3-pitch inning. Again, Buckley has been one of the most successful bats tonight, 2 for 4 with a RBI. Trails 0-1 in the count. The big right-hander misses up and in, and a ton of zip behind that fastball as Gabler, and 6'6", able to generate a ton of torque. as Gabler was used for 2 innings versus Yakima Valley most recently, and a ball sliced foul by Buck. Down goes 1-2. Saw 2 innings from Gabler, allowed 4 hits, just 1 run, and that was the first run that Gabler had given up on the season. And gave it up to the Pippins, had 3 strikeouts in 2 innings. As the Sweets trying to stay aligned down to their final strike. Ground ball is going to be poked up the middle by Buckley, and he extends the game. Ethan Buckley, after the first 2 outs were found on 2 pitches by Gabler, finds a single up the middle and keeps the bottom of the 9th rolling for Mateo Rickman. So why not a 3-hit night for Ethan Buckley? As the first pitch from Gabler will miss outside to Rick. Again, Ethan Buckley just continuing his sharp string of hitting. Again, 2 for 3 with an RBI and a hit by pitch 3 RBIs and a hit by pitch last night. Tonight has 3 more hits. Picking up 5 hits in just 2 games. Now 1-1 count to Gabler and Rickman. 6'6" righty kicks and fires and misses down and in. Again, Rickman had a double to left center his first time up and struck out after that. Had a sac fly RBI out to right field and then rolled over to the shortstop his last time up. Gabler kicks, fires, swing and a miss on the fastball, and count evens up at 2s. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rickman, sharp ground over to third. Castanola scoops it up, gets it to second. And with that third out, Wenatchee will claim the first half title in the North Division, and they secure themselves an automatic spot to the 2026 West Coast League playoffs. The AppleSox only needed 1. Bellingham were able to win their game tonight. All Wenatchee needed to do was win 1, and they did. 13-6, a statement victory to close out the series and to close out the first half. As, again, the AppleSox get the last laugh. Wenatchee will take that one, and Walla Walla will take the series 2-1. And what a fight it was. What a way to end the season for Walla Walla. Ultimately, a ton of good things to look at. And the Swedes still had some good performances. Of course, Ethan Buckley, back-to-back nights, had 3 hits tonight with an RBI. Gaines Hawson went 2 for 5 with a ribby. Saw Ronan Schofield have himself a big 2 RBI single back in the 5th to help the Swedes break into that lead, but it was the AppleSox who were able to hold it, and that closes out the first half of the season as well as the series. So Walla Walla will end the first half of the season 15-12. Meanwhile, on the other side, we'll see Wenatchee end their season 19-8, win the tiebreaker versus the Bellingham Bells with the head-to-head record, and find themselves an automatic playoff spot. But Walla Walla will head on the road this upcoming week to start up the second half versus the Bend Elks in Vince Kenna Stadium before returning here next weekend for 4th of July weekend versus the South Division first half champs in the Ridgefield Raptors. But thank you for joining us on the Walla Walla Sweets YouTube channel. I've been Brad Whitman. One more time, your final score, Wenatchee 13, Walla Walla 6. Thank you for joining us for the first half of the season. Let's have a good second half, too.